All right, guys, we're live. I'm also multitasking. I'm on a call right now as well. So if I had to tune off for 1 second, I'll let you know. But I'm not really doing too much after this. I called out a nice little Tesla trade earlier. Had a nice little print, a nice little $1,200 day in this smaller account. So that was a nice little print off. But I'm looking for another swing trade. I might swing this. I might not swing it. But I'm really looking for this Tesla gap fill. And I think that this looks fucking beautiful. Like if we look at this, kind of forming almost like a head and shoulders-ish area. Kind of looks like it really topped out over here. And I would love to go long on Tesla, like get longer term contracts in the future. But this, I just messed this up. Let me do this real quick. Boom. Look at this. All right, so this is kind of hard to listen to them talking than this. But the 235 over here, look at this little gap down, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Crazy. 235 from this 244. So there's it's a $9 move tomorrow, in my opinion. So I was thinking about swinging it for same weeks because they're pretty cheap. But I don't know. When I look at them, I hate swinging weeklies more than anything. But those 235s are only $200, but you'll lose $60 on this contract overnight. So even like a $4 move would have to basically open up flat. So I think I might just wait until it goes down. Even if it does gap down, I'd be pretty pissed if they did do it. Tesla is one of those that likes to gap down after a big rundown too. So I'm a little bit nervous to swing it, so I might not do that. But tomorrow these contracts are about $400 a piece. So this thing could be worth like 170 at open if it opens flat. Even green, it could be really cheap. But this could end up being worth 500, 600. It could be like a nice little 300, 400% play. So that's what I'm looking for. I think that is a massive play. It's my favorite play of the week. I've already made a good amount off this in my large account and smaller account. This is a $1,200 in this small account, and then I kind of scalped it more so than I did the other one. I went pretty light on the larger account earlier. I posted about that on my Instagram, but I ended up scalping with some pretty large positions over there. That was really only my only play today. You don't really need to trade a ton all day. You could find one, play it, let it rock. But I also hate Mondays. I think everybody knows that by now, that I rarely trade on Mondays. So to be starting off this hot on a Monday morning with a couple setups still, I think that this looks beautiful. So I'm looking at that Tesla gap down. I'm looking at this NVIDIA below $400 break. That finally, this 1 hour is bear flagging too. I kind of like that. But at this daily chart over here, it finally broke down for a little bit. I see a nice little rundown to 375. I don't think that happens tomorrow, but I think that we could break this 400 level pretty nicely. There's a nice little base around 390 too. So could be a nice little $10 drop. The closer it gets to expiration, like Friday, the better the contracts move too. So I'm watching Tesla. I'm watching NVIDIA downside. And there was something else I was watching too. I can't really remember what it was. Oh, ENPH obviously, but we're going to let that one go because it just trades very odd. So Eli Lilly, another stock I think could probably pull back. This is something from a good friend of mine traded this, and he alerted me about it. This is a nice bearish engulfing on this, and it kind of has a nice little area to that 430-ish range is what I was looking at. The weekly chart kind of chilling there. I mean, it's in a strong uptrend, I won't lie, but it's pretty decently priced contracts for Eli Lilly. Let me see. Downside. It'd probably be next week expirations if I swung this, but keep them watch if this goes down to 430. Holy shit, these are actually insanely cheap. You could go in the monies. These 450s, if it gets down to like 430-ish, 420-ish, these could be nuts. I don't know if it's July 7th is the best time. Maybe like 2 or 3 weeks out. Let's see how much these are. These premiums are pretty good for how much it moves. Boom. Love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm looking at NVIDIA and Tesla. It's the only two I really like right now. The only other one that I saw, and I know we played this a while ago, so it's a bad taste in my mouth, is Home Depot. This Home Depot, wow, it fucking ripped today. I saw it rip. this is it. Right here. 312 from 308 to 312. Huge. That could be a really good trade for Home Depot. I doubt that I'll play it, but same days next week's or same weeks this time around for this week could be a really good trade. So these 312s are 100. Could be a 100% trade easily on a rip, if not more, if it ends up running like $5 in a day. Because these are only going to get cheaper. So these will be worth about $100 tomorrow, these 310s. So I might take those if we can start to get that gap towards that 312, because I'm expecting at least a $4 move from here for that gap fill. We'll wait and see, though. So I do like Home Depot. I'm going to stay away from it, though. I don't think I'll swing that. If you are confident in that, feel free. I'm not confident on swinging that. I really like the Tesla downside. I like the NVIDIA downside with an emphasis on Tesla. It's my main watch. It's what I'm going to play. I'm probably not going to swing anything, and I'm most likely not going to day trade anything either, because the SPY has been just choppy all day, and it is very indecisive. So a couple good moves on the SPX. I tried to catch one earlier on the small account, and I was actually up like 400 at one point, but I ended up giving it back. But yeah, no, I don't think that this is a good day to trade anything at the end of the day. I just really wanted to call out that Tesla trade because tomorrow I think it's going to be a banger. So anybody that's trading this week, that's my number one watch list. NVIDIA breakdown below 400 could be really great too. And that's really it. That's really all I got. I doubt that I'm going to do anything else for the rest of the day. I hate Mondays. I made my money today, so just going to walk. So I guess I'll just open it up for any questions if anybody has anything. Just let me know. I'm closing up this call too, so I'm just going to maybe tune in for 1 second. But if there's any questions, let me know. I know it's Monday. I know it's slow. There's probably not a lot of opportunities out there other than like Tesla, or if you caught some of those tech drops today, but what was the gap on Tesla again? The gap on Tesla is, let me see. That gap right around Tesla is around that 242-ish range. Sorry, I had to say goodbye. But this is basically this gap fill. What I'm looking at right now is this 242. Below 242, I'm looking at that 233. So I'll most likely try to play closer to the money puts tomorrow. I know that they're probably still going to be expensive on a Tuesday, but I might try to play like the 240s, maybe 240, 250s, or even 235s, because there is this gap down to like 235. So I think it's going to be massive. Swing coin was a good trade. Got in at 58, got out at 66. That's huge. The only thing, I don't really like the trade coin options. I think that they're ridiculous. I think that that's the best options to sell, not buy. So, holy shit. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. I would say with Coinbase, all I ever do when I'm in this is I buy shares. Like I'll buy like 100, 200, 300, 500 shares and sell like the $10 run up and try to make like a rack, 1 to 5 racks like every night. But I like to sell options on this because you can collect so much premium off them. Because it just stays pretty consistent. I like to sell puts so I don't actually have to purchase the shares. You could sell puts for next week and collect like $200 every time, $300. So if I think that this is going to continue up, these are $250. I can collect that as it gets closer to its expiration. I just rip them apart. My question is, I wish I held my 240 puts on Tesla. I actually had a bunch of them early on, and I stopped myself out of Tesla. I think I lost like $200 early on in this account. I'll do a little trade review. I bought them. I started buying puts like right here on this one, thinking it was going to pull back. And then I stopped myself out when it ripped up to the high of the day. And I walked away, and then I saw it start to fall. And I didn't buy again until about this level, 254. And then I was just like, all right, this thing's going to 245. So then I just slammed 10 of them in the small account. And then let's just say a couple more in the larger account. So not bad. Not bad on Tesla, but I think that this is going to be a really easy trade tomorrow. I think it's perfect setup. I love the downside. Not much out there in the markets right now, so it's slim pickings. But that's a good thing for us because you can focus on one thing and one thing only, and that is to make money on one thing. So when I look at Tesla, I'm looking at 245 right now. Would it be good to swing these at 247? Probably not. It's a $2 move. If it gaps down, that blows. But I'm gonna pay attention heavy to the 1 hour chart and see what it does overnight. So hopefully it doesn't get a little pop. But this looks like it's forming a nice little base. Rejection here. So we're not seeing any sort of buyers step in here. It looks like we might start to fade off a little bit overnight. Hopefully not too much. So we can catch this whole drop to 235. It's only a $10 drop from here. Hopefully it jumps up to like 248 tomorrow. Maybe we get a little bit of greenery. Let's look at the Qs and SPY. That'll tell us a little bit more of what we got going on here. It's pretty weak on this side too, so I don't see much buying to come in here. We still got a lot of ways down to this Bollinger Band, and I'm sure the Bollinger Band will be around this 348 level by the time it gets there. So we could pull back another $10 in the QQQ, which is like 4%. And then we got some indecision on the S&P, but I like this base over here around this like 429-ish, 430, 428. So could be pretty cool. Could be a really good trade, but I will say that these little sell-offs, these fade days, are really great for one massive green candle one of these days. So I'm not going to be like, oh, it's going to crash, it's going to be bearish, because the market is just like so manipulated nowadays that it's kind of impossible to tell which way it's going to go, because everybody says crash. I say crash, but when is it going to happen? Who knows? It already did happen technically, but here we go. I bought mine was at 253. Profit is profit. That's not bad. Coin options gaps were big today. Oh, they're always huge. That's why I stay away from those, and I usually sell them, because sometimes if you sell it for the most expensive, collect an extra couple dollars on it. So that's good option. Like Coinbase is one of the best stocks to trade on the sell side, because you can just collect $250 a week at per 100 shares. So you have $5,000 to your name, put $5,000 in there, you appreciate capital, and you can collect $1,000 a month just by holding shares, and you're making about 25% of your position every single month, which is like per 100 shares is ridiculous. So if you have like 500, or you have the capital to have like 1,000, you could be collecting, what is that, 10? You could make $2,500 a week, if you have 1,000 shares of that. I know it's 50 grand, but you know what I mean. The more money you have, the more money you can make if you understand the game. So that's all I'm trying to get at. And the only other thing that I wanted to say was, I can't emphasize enough on this Tesla trade. I think that this is going to be beautiful tomorrow. I might throw like 10 to 15K in it in a day trade, have a stop loss of like 2K in my large account, not this account, and see if I can make 10 to 20K tomorrow. I think that that's a really good opportunity for, I don't see this opportunity very often, other than the last like month and a half on the upside. Now, seems like there's a lot of opportunity on the downside with all those gap ups we saw. One of the biggest gap ups is this NVIDIA play. This thing is disgusting. I doubt that this happens anytime soon, but I mean, this gap is brutal. It's 366 all the way down to 305. Technically, we could probably do 318, but that's like a 40-some dollar move, which is literally 10%. I would have to drop 10% in a day, which I wouldn't say I would count out, but that would be extreme fear. So I don't know if I like NVIDIA gap fill as much. I think it might just be staying up there. I think it might use this as a support line, 366. But even then, that's a hefty drop. That's about $40, $42 drop from here. So watch NVIDIA downside. I don't like the options on it very much. Watch Home Depot going to that 412 or 312, whatever the hell Home Depot's at. I hate that stock. After I watched it gap down on the 5-minute chart, that was literally trash. But it's at 312. 312 gap right here. And then the only other thing, obviously, is Tesla. So that's what I'm watching. That's all I got. Guys, I don't think I'm going to trade the SPX at all today. We can sit here and wait and watch it if you want. But Mondays, I like to wrap up, keep it light. Had a good morning. Got my workout in, got some sales calls in. Got some plans for the future coming up here pretty soon. And that's really all I got. Got my cowboy hat coming in. Got some assless chaps that I ordered as well. Got a cowboy party coming up. And that's really all. I don't really see much else that I can give you guys opportunity for, unless you ask some questions. But there's not really too much value out there. I'm trying to provide as much value as possible, but there is no movements today. No movements. Trader J. Nothing, guys. I see nothing. The video looking like a little drop. It broke a small uptrend. Where do you see it? On what? 5 minute, daily, weekly. I'll talk about snow because this thing just got nuked. Ooh, wow. That thing got nuked. This thing is probably going to go below. Oh, it did. 170. There's a nice base down here on snow. We could probably see like a 166 play. Probably won't trade this at all. But I am going to wait for this to hit this 186 level, and then I'm going to try to get that $200 break to that 205. So patience on this one. This is where I want to see it test. But we'll be out of that for a while. ENPH, I'm still watching it. I hate this fucking stock. Ripped up. Now it's pulling back a little bit. It's kind of a nice opportunity for a put side. Looks like there's like some red action over here. Could probably start to see a fade off on that, but I'll keep an alert. 155.85. At or below. Let's get a little ring on this thing. Sorry, guys, had to answer this real quick, but there is no moves. I do like this EMPH to the downside, so I did set that alert there. Once it starts chiming away, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it for the put side, but I don't really like anything else. I think that maybe... Ooh, Netflix actually looks really good. Look at that. The reason I like this so much is it tried to reverse. All these candlesticks are very, very similar. Marty 5 minute. I'm not going to watch the 5 minute on the... When it's this late in the day, unless there's a lot of volatility and movement, which there's not, it's 45 million in volume, which is half the normal. I really... Oh, this is a great swing. Look at this 1 hour bear flag. This could easily gap down a little bit. Let's look at the premiums. God damn it. I did not want to swing anything, but here we are. It looks like this 410 level could easily be reached. There's a base over here. Looks like it bounced off this 415 pretty nicely, but anytime you see a green to red candle at a bottom of like a trend, it's not done. And you can see the TTM squeeze is still fading off, so this could start going red and get even worse and come down at 400. Could get ugly, you know. SPY is kind of flat, which is a little scary. Due for a nice little pick-me-up day here pretty soon, but I think we're seeing a lot of rotation out of tech. So I told you guys about my watch list many times before, but I have basically all tech at the top because I trade tech. I think tech is the best moves, obviously the best companies, NVIDIA, Google, Amazon, Tesla, blah, blah, blah. All that bullshit. Netflix. And then in the bottom, I have all my safety, industrials, staples, blah, blah, blah. And as you can see, people are rotating into Home Depot, Waste Management, Lowe's, Nike. Like they're up today. They're up 2%. So tech is down really bad. The S&P 500 is pretty much flat. Where do you think that everyone is taking the tech and putting it? Think of the economy, think of the sector rotation. It's really, really important to know that. And that shows me that there is probably a top coming up here pretty soon, meaning that there's going to be a nice little pullback. So No positions for me. Swing trading really, unless it's on the downside. It's kind of stupid to buy these pullbacks when it's running like this so much. And I'm starting to see that rotation out of tech into more safety stocks like Waste Management, Home Depot, McDonald's, Dollar General, Lowe's, all that shit. So, not saying it's time to panic, but I am saying we're due for a pullback. So, I do like Netflix. So let's look at the premiums. Is it worth to take it? Gonna be next week's because I never swing weeklies unless it is a Monday, which it is a Monday, but we're not doing that. These are actually not bad. Netflix 400. I'd probably do 410s because that $500 could probably be worth about 1,200, like about $700 a contract on that. And that is next week expiration too. So, you know what? I'm doing it because it's that 1 hour bear flag that I love. I love this. I wish I didn't love it, but I do. Anybody else see it? Anybody else have any thoughts on Netflix? I think that daily chart looks beautiful. I like that 1 hour. I was looking on my phone to see if anybody in my. I'm still in a group chat with some of my buddies from the stock exchange, always talking about stuff. I was wondering if they saw anything on Netflix, but I guess not. I do like this though. I don't know if it's worth swinging it though. What are we down? 2%, 1% on the Qs? Not even. We're down nothing. Let's see how much weaker this is than the rest. Daily. We could probably see a pop, honestly. Maybe down to 355. That'd be kind of interesting. What is the all-time high on this thing? 4 something? 408? Wow, we have really rallied. That's honestly disgusting. Daily on Netflix is a Head and Shoulders. The hell are you talking about? Where? Daily? Oh, this is weekly. My bad. That's on me, man. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, it could definitely come back down to this. Yeah, so it's like right at that level I was talking about. That's actually a good point. Probably around. Honestly, it could drop to this 400, chop around a little bit, have a nice little other shoulder pop, and then come down. I think I'm gonna go for it. What do I have to lose? Answer is nothing. 410 could go in the money by like $5, $10, which would put these around 1250. Yeah. This could be an easy 100% trade. Yours does not look like mine. What do you mean? This because I was on the weekly chart probably. Now we got 20 minutes. Probably. Do I swing Netflix? I honestly hate Netflix. I'll swing one in this because these $500 could make about $700 on this. So I'm just gonna go one. This is next week expiration, July 7th, just so everyone knows. Edit this bitch. 540. I'm waiting for it. Just gonna go one. I just got in at 540. I think that probably gonna take this, hold it overnight. If you wanted to wait another 18 minutes before it closes, you could probably get it a little bit cheaper than me. It's 540 at the max. I'll probably be down like $30-$40 on just one. I might switch over to my large account real quick and buy like 5 or 10 of those. But I like this play. I think it looks really good. The 5-minute chart doesn't really do much, obviously. The reason for it is this 1 hour. It's 1 hour bear flag I kind of like. I like that head and shoulders on the daily that's potentially forming. Might have to take a second. But 4 hour also looking real bearish. Now we got this nice pull off, got a little consolidation. Hopefully we continue that sell off over here. And then that head and shoulders that I was talking about on the daily, this seems to be like a little supply zone at 407.47. So at that point, these would be worth about 1,000. I'd make 100% on the trade. Call it good. And the weekly looks like it really wants to start pulling back because here is the uptrend. We retested, pulled back, green to red. Looks like we're coming back down. So it'd be cool if this dropped down to 400. That'd be lit. I'm not going to put that. Maybe better wait for tomorrow to drop below and wait for a retest. It's only one. It's only one. So, I mean, I like the 1 hour bear flag. So potentially I could gap down overnight. It's only one right now. And if all else fails, I'll probably be down like 200 at open on this account. Probably $2,000 at open on the other one, but then I'll just day trade it and get after it, whether with the momentum. But I think that we still have some downside to come, and that Tesla trade I think is going to make me a bag anyway. So I'll take a small risk on this 5K in the large account. I'll probably end up doing like 3,500 in the large account for next week's, and then this one I'll keep it at 500. So we'll use half of the profits. A little under half of profits for this Netflix trade. I'm up $1,200 today, mostly Tesla. Had a nice little trade in this bad boy. Just one. We ripped her apart. She's looking good. But I think tomorrow's going to be even better for Tesla. So I'm in Netflix puts for that 410 level. And I think that, oh, wow, I think Netflix might be at low of the day now. She's going for it. If this was any closer to Friday, I would have bought this for a trade because I know it's going to go below this 242.65 low. But it's only 10 cents away. It's not worth it. Looking good, though. Tesla's doing everything I want it to do. I want to see that 235 level. I'm up 3% on this one swing. So that's all we got going on. But 17 minutes left. Any questions? Anybody want to know why I'm taking Netflix? Want to know why I like Tesla? Want to know why I look like this? Any questions you may have? Make it a little Q&A before I jump off. I know it's slow. I know it's Monday, but we got to bring up the energy a little bit, especially mine because I am sleep deprived like crazy. What price are you thinking to start getting in at with Tesla? I guess wait and see what it opens at. Yeah, I always used to I like to wait for price action in the morning. I always chart the 1 hour, 15-minute, 30-minute, and obviously 5-minute right before open. So probably around like 9:15, 9:20, I'll have better levels. And I think I'm going to start doing like a morning show. Like a morning show on my Instagram, go live, and just go over my pre-market levels. And then maybe do that for like 5-10 minutes just to show people what I'm watching and then have that. Have you ever learned smart money concept? I mean, is that like oh, my bad. What just happened? Did I just screw everything up? I don't know what happened. My bad. Boom. I think that's better. But anyways, this is coming down. So I'm watching Tesla for this 241. Fuck. She's really fading off. I'm going to be pissed. It's going to gap down to 235. I'm going to be so pissed off. I'm going to miss out on this trade. So it's got to be Netflix now. I'm up 8% on Netflix. Just one. I didn't even buy it in my large account. 1 second. Netflix. God damn, Tesla looks so good too. I know, but it's just so tough to play that. Netflix options. I kind of want to just like play the 405s for tomorrow, but we're in, baby. We are. We are in. $1,300 on the day. I'll take it, man. I really wish this SPX trade was green. This was $400. I should have just kept it. It would have been a nice $1,700 day. My goal is $1,000 a day in this account for the rest of the week. So mostly going to be from Tesla if it doesn't die. But Netflix is starting to die right now. Up 72. We're already up 14% on the trade. Just one contract means I'm up like 3% on these 10. I went a little further out of the money in the larger account, though. I did 407.50s. But so far, so good. Tesla's going to be a banger, and I'll be pissed if I don't take it. Is anybody in Netflix? Please let me know if you're in Netflix. If not, then that is okay. Or if you're in Tesla, or if you're in calls on both of them because you think that I am a terrible trader. Up 82 on one. It's great. This thing has just been accumulating money for me, this small account. I've been loving doing this little challenge, like live streaming it. It's just, I'm about to take some money out of it. I've made a good chunk of change off of this account. I've been scaling it back to like 15K every single time I go up to like 18, 17, 20K, and that shit is just compounding like crazy. I'm about to buy something with it, I think. $95. We're already up 18% on this bad boy. Anybody in? Anybody here? Anybody talk to me? No one's talking to me. I gotta get out of here, man. I'm getting tired. Any questions? Anything? 348. We got 11 minutes. I'm up 17% on this already. 15%, whatever it is. Tesla's starting to break into that gap fill zone, which is ass. Hopefully it doesn't stay that way. Looks like it might. If it goes down below that, I'm buying $300 calls for like November. That's it. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Tuesday, premiums are cheaper. Didn't get filled. Nope. All right. I love you guys, though. I'm only up 16%. It's only one on this. I'm probably only up 1% in my larger account, so. But praying these get to be like, I bet you these could be worth like $1,000 to $1,100 tomorrow. I could probably make $400, $500 more off of this in this small account. I'm gonna take Nvidia on a put. How'd she do? She's down to 407. I just don't like Nvidia. I don't know what it is. I do like it below 400. If it starts to be weak tomorrow, we have that Nvidia below 400 level. We have that Tesla to 235, and we have that Netflix probably down to 400 realistically, but you know, I think it's safer to say around like that 407 range. But if that's all, guys, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm in. That's what I'm swinging. No day trades. Too slow. Mondays are ass. Nice trade on Tesla. Hopefully tomorrow's an even bigger day on Tesla. Hopefully we can make like another rack or two in this account, and then hopefully I can make like 5 to 10 on the larger account. That'd be pretty cool. But so far so good on Netflix. I think it probably bounced a little bit before the end of the day. No, I guess not. I'm up 18% still. So I'm up about $1,300 on the day so far. I think that this is going to probably squeak me out another $400 to $500 just on one. Hopefully I can make like $2,000 in the large account off that. $3,000 would be nice. But that's all. That's all I got. I know it's going to do some finicky stuff the last 15 minutes, or 9 minutes, I guess. But I'm not going to play with the SPX today because it is Monday. Not a lot of movements. SPY's just kind of chopping around, and the QQQ has a lot more to fall. But we're just kind of hanging out. So if you guys need anything, let me know. Netflix, I think, is beautiful. Hopefully you guys do some trading on Tesla. Hopefully it doesn't gap down tomorrow because that's going to be a beautiful trade. And then obviously keep watching the video 400 and what is this? What was the other one? Netflix, the one that I'm in. Jesus. All right, guys. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll be on earlier tomorrow. Today I had a little issues with the fam and stuff, so I gotta get some stuff going on. But there is everything is all good, and everything's gonna be all good. So we're just gonna watch those two trades, make some money tomorrow, and enjoy the day. So see you tomorrow. Love you.